Marketing strategies and tactics. This is where you'll want to have a plan written out, preferably something that stages your presentation. And some of the strategies and tactics will include, okay, while this course is actually developed primarily for the purposes of a for sale by owner who was thinking about putting it on Zillow and doing it that way, right? Prior to ever needing to go on the MLS. Let's stage this out. A marketing strategy for my property. If I want to sell my property next June, it's currently December 2020. I would stage out my presentation. Say my suggested retail price is going to bottom out at 275,000 is where I bottom out. I'm going to stage my presentation in such a way that I start promoting it. Actually, it's currently out there. My property is always available at 300, even though it won't appraise it more than about 265 right now. But my particular a strategy to consider is to start promoting it through social media so that people are aware of your property, to have it promoted to your immediate neighborhood, and to develop a social media business page, Facebook business page, and start paying for some promotions, maybe $20 a month. It doesn't need to be much, but to insert it into the marketplace. Facebook marketplace is fabulous. Stick it on there, right? It's pain-free and free. So stage it out where you are starting to promote it through these alternative platforms initially. And then another portion would be the week before spring break in March to then do your initial listing on Zillow for sale by owner at 300,000 to see what kind of traffic or attention you might get with, a 8% markup on your property, right? You never know. You might get somebody who absolutely doesn't want to deal with the pain of trying to find a property in June, and they're willing to pay you prior to you going on the market, which then on the full market, the MLS plan, if you're not under contract, sold and closed before your June ideal exit, then to insert it onto the MLS on or about the week prior to Memorial Day weekend and to work that time to your benefit. But various marketing strategies with my coaching and consultation, I would love to do a one-on-one game plan with you about what is your ideal strategies and tactics. And again, back to tactics that you can use, always self-promote. We'll be discussing this at length in our top 5 secrets, but in everything that you produce, the very first thing, aside from seeing that a property is available for sale, a tactic that is yours to actually leverage to the fullest extent that you're capable is called self-promotion. Make sure that they know that that address, that property has a homeowner and it's your name. Hey, Rock, Florida, 479-200-4718, period. Make sure that you know that that tactic is entirely something you need to leverage. And another tactic that you're going to want to think through is your pricing strategy and ways to go about dripping a reduction campaign. You don't want to, if you're at 300, you don't want to just drop it down to 275. A tactic to use there, if you'll notice on Zillow, when you've ever saved a property or you see that people save them, or on other platforms, people show interest in them and what, if you drop it 25,000 right away, you'll never know if you could have gotten more. But if you drop it $1,000 a day for 25 days, I will almost guarantee you before you are 2 weeks into that process that you will have a flood of activity. But there are various tactics and strategies that we'll be discussing at length in our masterclass and coaching program. Always feel free to call me for a personal consult on that. But you do want to draft out your particular ideal marketing strategy and some tactics that you might be interested to take in the process. And that's it for this lesson for this time. I'll see you in the next one.